And welcome back to Red Card. I'm your host, Anthony Totera. Thanks again to Paul Tenorio of the Orlando Sentinel joining us live from Baltimore to talk about Richie Laryea as the first pick of Orlando City. They were quite busy today and busy on the floor with emotions all over the place. Head coach of Sigma FC joining us right now live from Baltimore, Bobby Smyrniotis. Bobby, welcome.
Hey, Anthony. Thanks for having me on.
Pleasure's all mine. What a day, Bobby. Talk about the emotions. Talk about the night before, what was going through this young man's mind and his family. It must have been a roller coaster ride. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's obviously a special, let's call it 24 hours leading up to the draft, for a player like Richie, who we know is already signed into the league, and just trying to figure out in his head, where he's going to land. In the end of the day, we all know that wherever he was going to land, he's going to have to go in and put in the hard work. But it was a little bit emotional for Richie, and obviously going to Orlando was great as it worked out because he'll reunite with his teammate of many years back home at Sigma.
And I think this is going to be a win-win for Richie and a win-win for Kyle. They both know each other. They are both comfortable with each other. They love the game. And I think off the field, this is huge that they have someone that they can relate to and talk with. And I think this is going to be massive for both of their developments. Talk about it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, for Richie going down there, he's going into an environment where Kyle is very comfortable. He's had a great year at the club. He knows the ins and outs. He knows the expectations of the coaches, of the environment, and I think that'll help Richie adjust. Get past that hump of kind of just being a new guy in the room. So I think it's a fantastic situation. But like everything, they got to get on the pitch and get the work done.
Bobby, let's forget about these plastic trophies, these $2 medals, and let's talk about what you have done in the last couple of years, or in the last 5 or 6 years. You've developed, you've produced, you've churned out players to play with pro clubs, to go and play university and colleges, and I think that's what it's all about. I think that's what you and your group look at and what you judge success at. How many guys have we churned out and gone on to success, whether university, college, or pro? Correct?
Yeah, I mean, that's our trophy in the end of the day. Our whole purpose is to systematically produce talents beyond youth football. I think when you're involved in youth football and you're involved in the development of players, I think that is, at least for us, is our single purpose and our single goal. And if you stay along with your plan, with your structure, and you have that as your ultimate goal, then you'll always reach your goals. And it's been fantastic. Our staff back at Sigma, our coaches, Dave Zonneveld, and the rest of the crew do a great job on the field. And we've done a great job at making sure our players have a lot of options in their future, whether that be through university or whether it be through the pro ranks. And the fruits of our labor are showing, years later. Richie Laryea, Kyle Laryea, all guys who started way back in 2006. So we're looking at a 10-year project here.
Bobby, just before we let you go, I really appreciate your time. In 2015, it was Kyle Laryea. In 2016, Richie Laryea, who went number 7. In 2017, who are the guys that we need to watch for and keep our ears and eyes focused on in Sigma that you believe might be in the draft again?
Yeah, I think next year it could be an even bigger year for us with the amount of players. We feel we've got a handful to a little bit more players playing in college soccer. Also, a couple more who are going into the college soccer game next season. But some of those guys who will be up there, and you know them well through League One, are Kwame Awua, who's at the University of Connecticut, Chris Nanko at Syracuse University, Alex Alice, who's at Grand Canyon University playing with Shellis Heineman. So that's some of the older crop of guys who are currently in university who, we believe can make those next steps. And we've got a few other ones. We have Dom Samuel, who was Defender of the Year this year in League One and has graduated, and he'll be landing with a club soon in the professional ranks. So, I mean, the future is bright, and this is a great day, and as of tomorrow, we keep on working for the next one.
Absolutely. Bobby, quickly, in 30 seconds or less, as I was watching the draft, I was thinking of you. I was thinking of a lot of Canadians. I was thinking of League One Ontario, and I was saying to myself, wouldn't it be great, wouldn't it be fantastic one day for us here in Canada to have a league coast to coast, a professional league, that we could have our own draft and we could broadcasted. We could talk about the players that have come from different clubs in Canada, and it would be an unbelievable day. I think that's what we need to strive for here in Canada, Bobby.
There's no doubt we're a great nation. We're the best nation in the world from a lot of aspects. And when we look at it from a soccer aspect, the next thing we do need is a professional league. We need to give these guys opportunities to play at home, to prove themselves before we're always looking at the opportunities and alternatives elsewhere as players. And if we can do that, I think we'll have more situations of players grooming from a younger age into first-team football, and that's the most important thing.
Bob,
And I hope it will come soon, and it will benefit our national team and in general the sport of soccer in all of Canada.
Absolutely. Bobby, safe trip back home from Baltimore. Congratulations once again to you and all the staff, Richie Laryea and his family. God bless, and again, we really appreciate you taking time, my friend.
Thank you, Anthony.
That is Bobby Smyrniotis, head coach of Sigma FC. Thanks again to my producer, Sean Truckle. Sean, outstanding work flying by the seat of your pants. You did it all. We really appreciate it, Sean. Thanks to Sasho Sorowski, head coach of University of Maryland, Travis Clark of TopDrawersSoccer.com, Paul Tenorio of the Orlando Sentinel, Bobby Smyrniotis of Sigma FC, Charles Bohm of Soccer Wire and MLS Soccer.com. But most importantly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you out there. God bless you wherever you are, in your homes, in your offices, wherever. Thank you so much for joining us here on NextSportsStar.com and watching our show Red Card. 5 years we've been on air. Hopefully we'll continue on. Join us next week once again right here on NextSportsStar.com. Never taped, always live. Good night.
All the same.